Joining us live now from Istanbul is Mustafa Caner. He's an assistant professor of the Middle East Institute at Sakarya University. Mustafa, thanks for joining us. So, how tough is it going to be for the Syrian government to keep this ceasefire together?
Thank you for having me. First of all, I'd like to describe the picture in the region. I think this development signifies a serious blow, a major defeat for SDF. Until now, they had built their uh, whole strategy on the expectation that Israel or the United States, they were going to help them. However, that help, that support didn't come. On the contrary, we heard many times that Thomas Barak advised them to integrate into Damascus government. From the very beginning, demographics were not in the SDF's favor. Despite this, they rejected all proposals coming from Damascus government. They didn't implement the March 10 agreement. They exaggerated their power. They relied on Israeli support, and their international backing was largely based on the narrative that they were fighting against ISIS, but we know that it's more like a public relations campaign than reality. And in fact, the only actor that has fought against ISIS was Turkey through its cross-border operations. So, like I said, demographics were clearly against the SDF, and these areas uh, are mostly predominantly Arab populated areas. Local tribes revolted against SDF, and the Syrian army supported that development. And within 48 hours, the Syrian map changed in a very fundamental way. So the ceasefire was declared. Yes, there are still some obstacles to implement this ceasefire. It's totally up to SDF because they were the one side that they didn't honor the previous agreements or ceasefires. However, under this arrangement, the recent arrangement, we know that the oil fields and the water resources were transferred to Damascus government. So this is also really good for will be good for the economy of Syria, which has suffered a lot due to the civil war, which took place for over for 14 years. So I think this is a really good development for Syria and for protecting Syria's territorial integrity. This is a major step.
Mustafa, one of the big ambiguities that do remain is that integration of SDF fighters into the Syrian defence industry and the Interior Ministry. I mean, when will we know more about what that is going to look like? Of course, we know President al-Shara was meant to meet with the SDF leader. That's now been delayed. I mean, what might be holding up those discussions?
As you know, the one side that uh, didn't honor the previous agreements were SDF, and their all investment was that the anticipation that the Israelis or the US side will going to help them. However, that help didn't come. So the upper hand has now in the Damascus governments. So they had to honor this latest ceasefire. Otherwise, they are gonna lose the only province that they are keeping right now, the Haseke. So they have to honor this latest agreement. And as we know, according to this latest, ceasefire, the SDF forces they are going to integrate into the defense minister of Syria, and the minister of defense will evaluate this integration based in individual basis. So they have every right to reject every individual that they deem not fitting the Syrian army. So I think the upper hand is now at the Syrian government, and this is also setting an example for other separatist movements inside Syria, like in the south of the country, like the Druze separatist governments. I think the territorial integrity and national security of Syria will be fortified with these developments. I think the latest developments uh, are showing that now the strongest position is Syrian Damascus government's position. So the YPG terrorist organization has no other option but to dismantle itself, and it will also resonate on other areas like in Iraq, in Iran, because there are connected separatist groups connected to SDF. Now they are discouraged. So, and also it will contribute to the terror-free Turkey project in Turkey. So I think from a regional perspective, the all cards are in favor of Damascus government right now.
Mustafa Caner, Assistant Professor at the Middle East Institute at Sakarya University. Thanks so much for your time.